And then flying is unique right now because I have a public service announcement, by the way. There's millions of you out there like this, and I'm looking out for everybody. So if you're like me, you're a little bit teeny tiny, itsy bitsy nervous about flying the friendly skies, and the only solution is the taste and the feel of an adult beverage. You got to be careful who you fly. So I took American up to Ohio, went through Charlotte, and then coming back out of Ohio, I stopped in Atlanta and I was on Delta. American, you can order cocktails. Delta does not serve alcohol at all, not even to first class. Now, They walk through. American, you got to buzz them or ding them or what is that? Flight call. Mm-hmm. You got to ask for it. Delta goes by everybody and gives them this plastic bag with a little bottle of water, a hand sanitizer, grain bar, whatever. But yeah, so all you out there that are nervous, be careful booking on Delta because you're going to be dry.
And you flew first class on Delta?
I didn't fly first class coming back. I did treat they're going to think you pay me too much, Frank. Don't say stuff like that. I was going to say,
man, you must.
No, well, I got a cheap
pretty good
ticket.
at your job, man.
I did take American because, as you let in with, I'm so damn tall and I'm uncomfortable on airplanes. Yeah. So I did do that. But yeah, coming back, I was in Delta Comfort, but I even asked, I said, hey, can I pay for a drink? I hate to be that guy. She says, we don't even serve them in first class. And I thought, wow, glad I didn't spend the cash then. So yeah just a heads up. But real quick on the, I followed a gentleman off the plane. I forget where I was. And to the credit of the airlines and all the workers there, my heart goes out to them. They're very good. They were all very nice, even when they have to threaten you on federal and civil, and you may not ever be allowed to fly again if you take your mask off, other than eating or drinking. Mm-hmm. They have hand sanitizers everywhere. Like when you walk out of the bathroom, when you walk by a drinking fountain, when you get on your airplane, when you're coming off your airplane, obviously you use the same thing. Mm-hmm. I followed a guy off the airplane, and we must have passed 5 different hand sanitizers, and that guy stuck his hand out and hit every single one of them. And I'm thinking, pal, I wanted to take my mask down and be like, hey, there's no way the last 100 yards got you. Anyway, moving on. But yeah, it was a great trip. Great to be back as always. And yeah, we're rocking and rolling now.
Now talk about your trip, because you're. I don't know if this is a good thing or a bad thing, and I'm sorry if I condition you like this. But whenever I go on trips, I'm talking to cab drivers. I'm looking for ideas. I'm looking at everything. I'm just. It's almost like when I became a licensed referee in basketball. You look at the game differently. You look at it from angles, and just you're not really enjoying the game as much because you're looking at it from a perspective of what they're doing wrong or whatever.
That's a good point.
You brought you highlighted a couple of pretty cool things that you saw, but yeah, why don't you tell everybody, because you came back a couple of really good stories.
Yeah, I didn't. I was bumming a car, so I didn't talk to. And I'm going to a small rural town, so there's no cab drivers there. But just meeting and greeting people. Obviously, I do boots on the ground research at dive bars, so I got to get foot traffic numbers and all that kind of thing. Very informative. But yeah, when we went out, so I picked up food a few times, brought it back. We went out to dinner. Places are packed. You've been beating this drum for a good while now. People are dying to get out. Anytime there's live music, it is damn near shoulder to shoulder. A lot of people are still canceling because of whatever reason. I'm not really sure if it's more of an Ohio mandate or whatnot. But people are everywhere. And the other thing is that people are already looking forward to this stimulus check the stimulus bill that's getting debated right now in the Senate. Or I believe it could start as early tomorrow for debate in the Senate. Mm-hmm. And the headline just before I came on with you, Frank, is that they're going to, everybody gets $1,400 under $75,000 a year for individuals. And then I believe it phases out at 80. So if you make over 80, you're not getting anything as a single. Obviously that jumps up for 2 incomes and things like that. Mm-hmm. But when you look at how crowded things are, and I mean, I know a lot of people that make good money right around 70, 80, 6 figures that have a few kids. They're going to, and they were kind of joking like, man, I'm going to get, if that passes, we'd get these. And then on top of tax returns. So you talk about people being flush with cash, and it's brilliant political timing. You're going to have a tax refund hit you, and then you're going to have $1,400, and then plus whatever number happens on per child. That is serious right there for what's coming in the next 2 quarters of the stocks.
I mean, I could attest to this in New York. If you live in the 5 boroughs and you're making $150,000 like as a family income, you can't survive. I mean, the home prices alone, your mortgage,
wild.
The taxes. I mean, the taxes are just like insane in certainly in these areas. And if you're going to go more into New York City, it's even more expensive. I don't know how expensive it is now with everything going on. But it's a shame because, you would think like there's somebody like in maybe the Midwest, right, that might say, wow, 60, 70 grand, and that's great for the economy, for where that person lives. But other places, you're not considered wealthy making $200,000.
Oh, no, not
and
at
having
all.
3 kids and having a house in Long Island and commuting 2 hours to work back and forth to New York City. Let me tell you something. You live in paycheck. I have so many of my friends that live in paycheck to paycheck. It sounds like a lot, sounds crazy. And now that's one of the things that everything opened up, which I like about, the one positive of COVID is if you don't have to go back in the office, what does that mean? Because that's why you go to major cities, right? They're going to offer you more income. But now you don't need that. And now even JP Morgan, I think, announced today and said, listen, we're going to, I don't know if they're closing their space in two major offices, but they're just not requiring as many people to work in the office anymore, which is fantastic because those commuting costs are amazing. And now it allows them to get up and move to a different state because I have to tell you from my experience firsthand coming to Florida, you automatically get a raise. My house is 3 blocks away from the ocean. And I would say that, my taxes would be at least 10x higher if it was the same house in the same area, almost in any place, like just 3 blocks away from the ocean in New York or on the East Coast, northern East Coast. Holy cow. And it's a big difference. And now at least that's going to give people options, right? So we'll see. But either way, like you said, the stimulus check is coming and people are going to be spending it. Where they're going to spend it, I think they're going to be spending on travel-related stuff, getting out. Everyone wants to get out. We saw Texas come out and say, 100% open and then also no mask mandate. So I think people are taking that, okay, nobody never has to wear a mask again. There really isn't. Like in Florida, there's a mandate. There's no mandate really in Florida, but you do go to certain businesses. Like Walmart will make an announcement over loudspeaker if a couple of you aren't wearing masks, a couple places, but not everywhere. Like most places, it's optional. And some people already had it. Some are vaccinated. But I think you're going to see more states follow suit now that
the vaccines
get distributed. So
can you believe we're giving ourselves credit for getting really close to common sense? I mean,
well, don't give him credit yet. I mean,
I give Texas credit.
Newsom come out and just destroy the governor.
Hey, what's wrong with choice?
Of Texas.
Everybody always argues about choice for everything. Why not choice? You want to wear a mask? Hey, I'm all for it, but don't make everybody else wear one.
Yeah.
One more macro thing, even though total cost of living and difference from where I'm from and you're from, Frank, like you can get a house for $150,000, $200,000, a nice house, a nice ranch style house, whatever. From a macro level, though, it's on for a couple days on the market if you're lucky. I mean, houses are going like crazy, and that's just a rule. And, that's not because people are moving from California, New York to Ohio. That's just because of rates in general. It's cheaper to buy than rent in a lot of cases on a payment basis. And so that's something that's going to continue for a long time and just shows you how bullishness housing in general is everywhere across the country.